This week, Republican Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene decided to do an interview with British broadcaster Piers Morgan, and it didn't go the way that Marjorie Taylor Greene, I think, thought that it would go. Piers Morgan, who, by the way, is like an avid Trump supporter. He is a Trump guy. He has always fawned over Donald Trump, always admired him, but for some reason, Piers Morgan decided he wanted to go scorched earth against Marjorie Taylor Greene. And as soon as the interview started, he immediately began calling her out for the whack job conspiracy theories that she has pushed over the years. The first one he called her out on, of course, was the Jewish space laser controversy, where Marjorie Taylor Greene suggested that there might be, satellites by the Rothschild that were sending down these beams that started the California wildfires a couple years ago. And Piers Morgan pulled up an iPad and he showed her. He's like, I'm looking at it right here. And he had to do that because Marjorie Taylor Greene kept saying, nope, that's fake news. I never said that. I never said anything about Jewish space lasers. So he's like, it's literally right here. Like, here it is. Here's what you did. Here's what you said. Marjorie Taylor Greene wasn't happy about that, but of course she just continued to deny it. So Piers Morgan decided, you know what? Let's move along, right? So they start talking about January 6th and the Capitol riot, which of course led them into the 2020 election. And Piers Morgan informed her that the 2020 election was not stolen. That is another conspiracy theory. Marjorie Taylor Greene disagreed with him, and Piers Morgan became so annoyed by that he yelled at her. He said, prove it! Prove it in court! If you believe this thing, that, by the way, has already been tried in court and lost every single time, he's like, go prove it. If you can prove the election was stolen, why have you not done that? Is effectively what Piers Morgan was saying. And Marjorie Taylor Greene didn't even have a whole lot to, say about that. But what's even funnier is before the interview began and Morgan had to tease it, he said, see what happens when I tell her the 2020 election wasn't stolen, as she still absurdly claims. So he was already ready to fight her before the interview even began. Like in the tease, he's like, I'm going to tell her something she's not going to like because she's kind of crazy. I don't want to give Piers Morgan too much credit, but this is how every single interview with Marjorie Taylor Greene should be handled. She should be called out for these idiotic beliefs. It's ridiculous that Piers Morgan went harder against Marjorie Taylor Greene than 60 Minutes did earlier this year when they interviewed her because she was rebranding and not going to be crazy. Do y'all remember that? That was only 5-6 months ago where the media was telling us it's a new Marjorie Taylor Greene. We're not going to have the crazy wacko anymore. We're going to have a more reserved and calmed down Marjorie. 60 Minutes even said that. Yeah, that didn't last long, did it? We still have the same wackadoodle who, by the way, seems to have gotten a little bit worse this year. Piers Morgan just gave us, and again, I hate to give him too much credit, but he really just did give us a masterclass in how the press should be handling nut jobs like Marjorie Taylor Greene. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.